Now, if I was doing a perfect itinerary, I would take you from Tongabizi and probably, depending on how many nights you had, maybe you've only got 9 nights. I would take you to up to Busanga Plains first and then down to Lower Zam, simply because this is very game rich. So you get your game drives every single morning and night, and it's full on. And then when you come down to Lower Zam, even though the game is also brilliant here, there is the river element, and there's so much to do on the river. So it takes off the pressure than having to be on a game drive all the time. That you can then enjoy the river for what it is. But in terms of this presentation, we're sort of going the other way around. Um, sorry. So does somebody want to email you? You're most welcome. My email address is ros, at greensafaris.com. Okay, so we're down to the Lower Zam, very different to monopools in Zimbabwe. First of all, we have a mountain range at the back that captures the game between the river and the mountain. And therefore, we have a brilliant game, absolutely brilliant. Also, we are allowed motorized boats in the park. Zimbabwe doesn't allow them, so that changes your tiger fishing experience. We have e-bike boats, and we are changing all of them as time goes on. When we purchased this, obviously it came with diesel vehicles and diesel boats, and we're slowly but surely changing that. E-vehicles obviously a lot slower because we have to build them ourselves and bring in the engines in from China. And the thing is that every single person at Sausage and Potato Bush booked on the international rates gets a private vehicle, a private guide, private boat. So there's a lot to change. But we are committed to making that change. It does have a season. We close otherwise. We don't open and just call it the secret season because we cannot manage your expectations or your guests' expectations in those months. And believe you me, I was there when the rain came down, and it was not. You don't want to be there, and so that's why we very 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 clear on our opening and our closing periods. It's got 8 rooms, 7 normal rooms, and 1 family room. We take children, it's actually of 6, not 9, at Sausage Tree. Because you've got your own vehicles, we allow that. Evening breeze air cons in all the rooms. So you've got your air conditionings that runs off the solar, which uses very little energy. It's private in-camp dining, but we do have what we call our magic moments, like we have at Tongabizi, which is river lunches, picnics on islands, bush dinners, which we then do join you up with somebody else. So obviously, family with family, and you're not always joined up with the same people. Just to give you an opportunity to meet other people. If your client desperately doesn't want to do that and meet other people, then you just please share that with us. You can't guarantee it, but we'll try to manage the expectation around it. The same with walking. Walking is something we do in all of our properties, but we can't guarantee private walking simply because we have to walk with a Zawu guide, that guy with the camouflage on, and we only get so many Zawu guides. So again, just let us know if the client wants to do a private. We'll try our best. Sometimes we can get it right. We've got valets here as well. We inherited them. They call them changers, but they're valets, and we've actually introduced valets now across the whole portfolio, creating jobs. We've also introduced high-speed Starlink to all of our properties, which is amazing. And it's not just for our guests, it's also for our staff. It's very important that they're able to, Chris, you saw there, is the manager of Sausage Tree's wife, just had a baby. He just got married. He needs to be able to FaceTime and speak to her to be happy and fulfilled in his job. So it was very important for us that we had that option. And of course, we know guests like it as well. Best tiger fishing in Southern Africa, or Africa as far as I'm aware, although I think there's some up in Tanzania. Canoeing, sundowner cruises. We've got a hovercraft boat, which is electric, as I said now, which we take out. And yeah, leopard, lion, elephants, buffalo, we have them in camp, outside camp. So last time I was there in November, I was at the very end of the lodge, and literally they had to drive me there and back every time because there were elephants and buffalo in the camp. and they thought there was a female leopard calling at night quite close to the lodge. And so I was like, no, I'm going to be driven back and forth. And I'm quite a hardened safari person, but yeah. So amazing game doing, and they do. I mean, the vehicle stands there, and you want to rather be driven to your room rather than walk, then they'll do that. This is our bar. It's actually got LED lights running underneath, so at night it looks spectacular. And you've got this great topography looking over, which is very different to anything else. There again is our recycled glass chandeliers. You'll see